Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. I just recently upgraded my computer in a kind of interesting way. This is not something that I've thought I've needed for a while, but I think makes a ton of sense. And in hindsight, I probably should have done this a long time ago. The thing that I've upgraded it with is an external power source. I think I've talked about this in the past where I've lost videos because of the power going out in the middle of it. My state in the United States is, unfortunately, the power grid is fine 99% of the time, but as soon as it starts raining, you're really at risk of losing power for some indeterminate amount of time. Usually it's just an annoying lapse of a couple seconds, but that's enough to shut down a computer, which would obviously cause problems and dump the recording. Well, no longer is that a problem. Fortunately, I have configured all of my power cables in my computer so that, or attached to my computer rather, and all of the peripherals in such a way that they run through a single kind of, what are they called? What is that called? How am I going to forget it? It's a surge protector. That's the word I'm looking for. Goodness, I can't believe I almost forgot that term. So it all runs through a single surge protector, and then I just simply plug that surge protector into the external power source, and it worked out totally fine, completely functional. I've tested it. It behaves exactly as you'd want. It holds power for a long time. Long time in this case being maybe like 20 minutes, but if I'm being honest, at a minimum, that gives me enough time to, one, see if the power recovers quick enough, but two, close things up in such a way that I could stitch a recording together, right? The big difference being that instead of dropping everything because it never actually puts it to file, instead it holds on to it and I can actually end the recording, pick it back up when the power's up if it doesn't pick up on its own. So it's been a big improvement. That's something nice. There are definitely some other upgrades I've been thinking about doing. I've been considering upgrading my audio setup. My audio setup is good. I use a nice standing boom microphone that I think I've used for a couple years now, but I've been considering upgrading to a studio production quality headset, which would then just simply, I would have the microphone on my headset, right? I need to do some research into it because I need to figure out how you power it, what all the cable attachments are for. I need to basically find a YouTube video or something on the specific setup that I'm looking at. My favorite brand for audiophile stuff is Sennheiser. I have been a huge fan of theirs for years at this point, and I've tried a lot of other brands and they're good. I like them, but something about the audio quality and just the longevity of the devices that Sennheiser puts out makes me always go back to them, right? Oftentimes I'll try something else and it will break long before my Sennheiser ever falls to ruin. So, I have an open back pair of headphones rather, that I've had from Sennheiser for, gosh, so long. It was like $250, not even that bad in USD, of course, and just a fantastic headset. So thinking about expanding into some of their more studio production quality stuff, see if I can boost up not just, this whole process, me recording for YouTube, but also anything else that requires a headset, which happens, frequently. D&D campaigns for me. I'm playing them over Zoom, and some other things as well I play online. So just some things I'm considering. No action yet. I'm always leery about changing anything about the audio settings, especially for recording, because it's very easy for it to suddenly just completely break apart, right? Anything goes wrong on OBS or anything problematic like that, and you can run into some pretty bad setups there. So something I've always got to sort of be cognizant about. Now, let's see, anything else I need to say here? No, I think that's it. I think we'll play some Monster Train now. Let's go ahead and do that thing. That's what we're here for. Got a lot of recording to do. I've been kind of balancing my recording sessions this week over a few different days because I had a very long corporate travel event that I'm just getting back from. And goodness, my voice cannot handle that much audio recording. Even just running a D&D game, my voice felt ragged at the end. So, anyway, we're currently on a 260 win streak. Fantastic. It was with this guy. We had a Wrathful 2, Brawler 1 Prince line, supported by double Branded Warrior infused Rail Beaters. had a pretty nasty setup. A big pick here was identifying the early Gurg's Goad as an important element of the run. I don't think we win without it. And I almost considered, what was it, Railhammer instead? And obviously Railhammer, very good, or whatever. I don't actually remember what it was, but the run was decided in Ring 1. I think it was Railhammer, or maybe something else. It was a ridiculously good relic, actually. And ultimately I picked the Gurg's Goad over that, even prospectively, and it ended up being a clutch choice. We never ended up finding multi-strike in the shop, found quick, and a Battlestone instead. But it was enough. Symphony of a Soul propped up our numbers to a degree where I think that we were able to win, and yeah, in my opinion, the run was decided in Ring 1, so crazy. We're moving on to Sentient now. Oh boy, Sentient. And I don't have much else to say, so let's go ahead and hop in. As always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. We say the words, probably happen sometimes, but yeah, let's get in on this run to do it. Clicking the button. Ooh, this is an exciting opener. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing just peachy, feeling decent. Haven't had, this is a weird one, I haven't had breakfast yet because we ordered a nice breakfast for the morning, but it just hasn't arrived. So I'm recording YouTube instead while waiting for it to arrive, so that's fun. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Today we are default Sentient, so default Awoken, Exile Hellhorned. You know, Torches would be better for a lot of reasons, but Queen's Implings aren't bad here. We are against Diligent, which is rough, but we're also facing Plating Seal Daedalus and Spell Shield Fell. Diligent makes the Queen's Implings a little worse, but I'm never mad about Queen's Implings. They're fine. We have some good starters, though. Glimmer, Ritual of Battle, Engraft. These are excellent opening cards. Adding damage to my opener is always nice with Sentient because otherwise your Ring 1s and 2s are awful. But these cards are great. Fantastic. I would love to see Cultivating with this run, right? We have excellent -2 picks on Ritual. We have excellent +30, 10, and Piercing picks on Glimmer. So, really good stuff. Very good Temple activators here. It's a really good opener for anyone keeping track. Temples today are on 2, 5, 6. Wow. Okay, 3 temples. At least some are in the mid-game, though we have a pretty mild late game, unfortunately. We have the dupe is not on removal side, it's just on the magic side on 8, so we'll keep that in mind. We have a Steel Shop and Magic Shop on 7. Steel is much better with the Vortex and Cave. Steel, no magic on 6, but we do get a removal dupe with a Horde, which is pretty awesome if I'm being honest with you. Steel Shop is okay, it has a Cave at least. Magic Shop, no Steel Shop, but we have a Trinket Shop on 5. So the Magic Shop has Vortex and Cave, which is nice, and then Trinket Shop has some money. Also okay, actually. Both of these are fine. Another removal dupe with a Awoken banner on 4, and wow, no shops on 4, which means we get double of both early game, which is both good and bad because it means we can't easily capitalize on it. I kind of like it when they're spread out. The other side on 4 is pretty rough, just a Horde and some money, basically. You obviously have some health, but pretty weak pickups unless that Horde is a high roll. Yeah, alright, early game, double both banner types, double both shops. Oh, actually, no, not double both banners. We have Steel Shop Awoken on 2, Steel Shop Health on 3, Magic Shop Hellhorned on both 2 and 3. So, Magic Shops are pretty good here, admittedly. I would not mind a -1/-1 on a Ritual. And it's pretty decent picking up a Hellhorned unit. There's a lot of good ones there, so we'll see. Yeah, cool. Scorched Steel, Split Anvil. I'm going to pick Split Anvil here because I have a Ritual in my opener and I can build around this a little bit. So that's nice. Scorched Steel is also pretty low impact. Dark Forge, Bristling or Explosive. A bit of a bummer. I was hoping for Cultivating here. I will take the Bristling because it's better than Explosive. And maybe if I find like an Awoken Hollow line, I'm suddenly pivoting back to wanting to see this Awoken banner on 2. Yeah, we'll take the Bristling. If I see something like an Awoken Hollow, that could help a lot. We're also pretty powerful here, but we don't have great backline reach, so that is something to keep in mind. If I take this Horde, we're probably eating a little bit of dirt on Ring 1. I suppose we'll see. I could take a lot of damage, but it's okay. Sketches, huh? Sketches with Implings. I don't want... I don't know. This is tough. It's not a good sketches. Consume Crown, no. It's going to be Capricious Reflection here, and there's no real doubt in my mind. That early is nice. It'll warp our run, and that's okay. I should have no issue taking spikes here. We should have the tools to get over this. We have glimmers, which I think are great. I'm just going to go ahead and play Sentient and toss a Ritual on Sentient straight away. Top floor, just because it is there. And that does give me double restores. Great news. Alright, we're looking for ways to deal with this foot soldier, so I am going to double Queen Zimpling downstairs, and there's not a lot else I can add there. Take the Engraft up top. I'm going to go ahead and Glimmer middle. This, I think, is important. Alright, I do want to go... I do want the Train Steward up here, but I need to be able to play this Ritual, I think. So... I think instead I'm going to double restore here. We're going to take some damage, but it's not too bad, right? Can I break this guy in the back? I actually can. So the way to do this is to, unbelievably, Ritual upstairs for the free restore, and then Glimmer the guy in the back line downstairs. We clear both enemies. I'm now looking to heal, so let's go Train Steward, Glimmer, Weight of Contrition. We're out, but it's not great. Restore does a lot of work here. It gets me over 3 hits. I go 20 health here. We're going to take 2 hits, it looks like. Does this restore swing this in any meaningful way? I get 2 regen. I end up at 24 health here. 24 health versus 20. Unfortunately, doesn't change this enough, I don't think. I'm looking at 3 hits right now, which is bad, if I'm being honest with you. Potentially 4, depending on how that lifesteal pans out. A bit of a bummer. Yeah, now unfortunately we can't get Sentient over 24 health, or I think we would actually win here. So really, I mean, this is just telling you that that Capricious Reflection better pay out, because we're eating dirt for it, right? 3 damage versus, what, like 27 damage on the turn? I don't think we take the Weight of Contrition here. This is not adding up. 21 plus 2 regen is simply not enough. We'll take this hit, I suppose. It's a bummer. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. 21 damage total is not as bad as the 27 it could have been, depending on a lot of things. I was considering like how much the lifesteal was going to go, and I wasn't going to do the math. Sharpen is permafrosted. Curious. It's not a bad card simply because of split anvil interactions. The permafrost makes it pretty good, actually. Now that I have the split anvil, it makes it decent. I think I will take that. It's low opportunity cost for the gain. Holdover Fortify. 0 cost Hidden Passage is pretty nice. Honestly, I do like that. It's never Holdover Fortify here. That's very low impact. We'll go Hidden Passage here. That's nice. Sure. Alright, cool. Now, I want to look at one magic shop no matter what, but I would very much like to see an Awoken banner here. So we're going to look at the Awoken side. Endless in the shop, not great. Awoken Hollow. Honestly, Awoken Hollow damage shield 3 is pretty legit here, if I'm being honest with you. That's better than plus 25 health. Yeah, I think so. I'll take the Awoken Hollow here. That's a good pickup. I'm going to re-roll here. I'm not really looking for multi-strike. I had a feeling they might do something weird like this. It's fine. I think I should take it. Take multi-strike when it's shown. It's really not what you're looking for here, but I could see a lot of things. There's a lot of things that could make this work in kind of a weird way. Right, a tiny stone or something. You could stick this behind what, Sentient? Not really, not sure why. I still think I'm going to take this because it improves my early game a lot. It's a weird one. Spell Chain and Purge. Unfortunately, these are actually the worst things they could have shown me, so I'm not going to take any of those. Fantastic. Terrible, terrible. Everything is terrible. I want to go to this magic shop. I need -1/-1 on a ritual so I can X5 it if we see it. I do think we can take this unit draft. Yes, thanks to the multi-strike. Very important, by the way. Okay, so we're going to go Sentient in front, Hollow in back. I'm going to play the Restore first. I want to elevator some stuff around. We're going to elevator the scarier unit here up so I can hit it with a Queen's Impling. That'll clear both floors. Ah, man, double rituals on this floor is terrible. I'm going to play the Glimmer middle because I do want to get the Collector. And we're not scared of mid-floor. I am scared, however, of bottom floor, especially with that ritual swing. Not good. Let's just go ahead and play a bunch of restore things. Hit him with that Queen's Impling. Yep, we like that. It does at least do something. Spikes is helping out here, which is nice. Like it. Rough on this one. We're going to take what? This is 3 damage to the Pyre, which is not as bad as it could have been, I suppose. 3 damage to the Pyre in exchange for this trial is good. This is a great Sharpen draw, for instance, here. Simply, I mean, this is why I'm talking about it, right? The Sharpen plus the Split Anvil is the entire value of it. We then get tons of healing action here, all for free, which is great. Good, excellent. We're fine. We're out of here. Good. The Hollow is doing a lot of work, and that's fantastic news. We love to see it. Double stack Wildwood Sap is pretty much a must pick here, I think. Split Anvil, it's a free double stack. It's great. Double stack Ritual of Battle is a wild pick, but yes. Alright, we got a Horned Warrior. This is actually really good. It's also Damage Shield... Incant Armor 2. I thought that was Damage Shield 3 for a second. Horned Warrior is solid. Let me be clear about this, because I can stick this behind the Hollow, and we can have Sentient chilling on bottom floor, and I think that's a pretty good setup. Now, they do show me the Hollow. Hollow, again, means I can self-infuse without having to do weird stuff. But I can do that on Ring 6 anyway if I have to. So, we're not worried about it. I'm going to take the Warrior here because I think this is the last quote-unquote piece that we need to solve. I am going left. I think this is important. Which means we're going to have a little bit of a flimsy Horned Warrior, but that's okay. Holdover, again, goodness. I'm going to take this Horde, yes. First Hell Pact is not functional here. Guild Marker is a good pickup. I'll take that. I'm not going to go Cheater's Hand. I don't think that's going to add enough value for me to care about here. Guild Marker saves a lot of money here, which is great. Suddenly this Holdover is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and make Holdover and Graft right now. This is awesome. And I'm going to make it cost 0. And this is going to be just basically a Rejuvenate proc, which is awesome news. Yes, great news. Now, there's no reason to reroll. I'm just going to 20 consume a Restore here for a bigger heal. Actually, I'm going to do that on a Glimmer. Yeah, I'll do it on a Glimmer. I only need 1 Glimmer to get Mega upgraded, so making 1 a big AoE Floor Blast is pretty solid. Steelworker is great. Railbeater is actually better. The problem with Railbeater is that Horned Warrior Infusion doesn't work very well with the Cultivate Health. Steelworker might be better. Let's take the Steelworker. Alright, it's a pretty good setup. Let's see what we roll into now. Remnant Pact, Umbra Stone, Wormkin Etchings. I'll take the Trample Stone. A decent pickup. Something that should be playable thanks to the Split Anvil here. We're probably taking Ember. Maybe. Actually, I don't think I need to, right? Because I actually can generate a 4th Ember thanks to... Where is it? My Engraft. Which is awesome. So I can do Sentient and Steelworker middle. I can hold onto the Engraft and then Ritual middle, and we have a decent floor there. This is because the other floors are all going upstairs. We do Hollow, Horned Warrior, and we begin the process of mega scaling here. Sentient will stay afloat, and we have at least a guy that's doing a decent amount of damage on middle, which is great. We go for big hit up here. I am going to big glimmer upstairs as well. Fan. And we just play out some Queens and Blings. That ritual is inaccessible at the moment, but it's not a big problem. Steelworker doing decent work on middle, actually. Go for the Rejuvenate trigger, which lets me get out the Wildwood Sap and the Sharpen. A very strong top floor here. We're definitely winning the combat. No questions asked. Good. Great. It's actually fantastic having this Ember generator here. I'm a big fan of that. I could move Steelworker upstairs. There's no reason to do that, though, I don't think. I don't think there's really a reason to do that. What I should do is actually kick Daedalus upstairs to push a free 63 on him. That's a nice pickup. Oh no, I'm losing Sentient. I can save her, right? 11. She lives. It's worth it. And then we go for Umbra Stone. Feeling decent about it. Cool. Crumble. Alright, we're doing fine. This is an acceptable setup if we end up going this route. We would self-infuse the Awoken Hollow, and we would put Steelworker on Horned Warrior. Pretty decent. That is acceptable. Yeah, I'm actually happy with this. I'm also actually happy... Ooh, double stack Ritual actually playable. Nice. I'm also happy if we can keep Sentient on spikes this whole time. I think that's going to be helpful. Double stack Alloy of the Ancients is hard to say no to. I did skip first Hell Pact Awoken's Rail Spike, but there was no way I could have known I would have rolled it. I think we just take this Alloy. That's 50 armor, which is incredible. Love that for us. Vine Mother, Railbeater again, Thorned Hollow. We haven't seen an Animus of Will, so I think we have our setup that we're looking for. We're going to skip here. We have all the pieces. I will eventually need space. I technically need that space on ring 6, so I think we're going to take that space now, as annoying as it is. Because I have to do... I guess I could... Gosh, I suppose I could... Hidden Passage the floor together. On ring 6, could I do that? I think I could. Because space doesn't help me otherwise, is the big problem. So I'm going to take draw here. Yes. Which is fantastic. A great roll. Now, removal dupe, I think, is definitely the pickup. I'm just going to make another copy of this in Graft. It's basically an Ember Relic, and it replaces itself, and it's free Rejuvenate triggers. It's honestly so strong that there's nothing that I could see elsewhere that would justify anything else. Look at the Awoken banner real quick. Yeah, Shattered Shell. Honestly, the plus 25s here are pretty decent, but I'm good. I don't need to do anything else fancy. The Horned Warrior has multi-strike, which is very important for this run. There's an argument to cultivate. The argument is I want to draw an extra card. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I think Sentient going Spikes 3 is more important because this will clear out Penitent on ring 8, possibly ring 7. We already gave up the Remnant Pact on the Tome event. I did consider this, by the way, because Spike Sentient with a Endless is very powerful. But the Trample is going to be really, really important. Let's just be real about that. It's going to matter a lot. And Trample clears waves all the same. So if we end up dropping Sentient, as long as my floor doesn't die, which I shouldn't, thanks to the Hollow, then we should be okay. I'm going Bristling too. Alright, the removals are easy here. We're just cutting Train Stewards. Spells are not a problem. Great. The dupe here is also easy. I don't even need Pact Shards. I just want another Engraft right now. My next dupe is ring 6, which is when I'm self-infusing the Awoken Hollow. And I will use the Steelworker infusion on Horned Warrior for that part. I'm going to take this money. It keeps us under 50, but we're also just generally going to be spending it next floor. Ancient Hate does not threaten me. That's great. That's fantastic. I love being able to pick up that cash reward there. Now, we do still have Steelworker separated from Horned Warrior, which is fine. We'll play them middle. Great. I can get the ritual out. Fantastic. It helps. Sure. Cool. We actually have, again, I've just drawn both of my guys on the same turn, which is great news. We can keep buffing here, making some good headway. We get the Collector as well, which is fantastic. We're really feeling pretty good about this, if I'm being honest with you. Wildwood Sap drops in. Great. I am going to continue to play these. I realize it does incant him, but I think it's important. He was going to hit me twice anyway. Sure, big man, it happens. We should clear the rest of this pretty confidently, I think. Yeah, just play the trample as well. We are going to keep making these numbers bigger, right? Our mid-floor is not terribly potent, so our whole priority here is make bigger numbers. Rolling that ritual is helpful. Mid-floor clears, top floor clears. I'm not upset about any of this. We just let it ride. So I self-incant just to buff the 2 armor here, because we do have an incant armor too, as weird as that seems. So, great. Fantastic. We will incant this guy up. I am not afraid, thanks to the ritual and some of these other elements. I don't want to take curses, so let's just not play those units. We win anyway. Cool. I just go ahead and ascend the boss here to avoid this next turn altogether. And we easily win up here. Great. Cool. Only managed to get hit twice. Decent. We took 14 from a little bit of a rough upgrade on the first turn. We're not fast enough. Double stack and snare is how we get faster. I really like the preserved thorns into Seraph, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're doing okay on spells. I think the ensnare helps a lot more. We take that ensnare then. I will click March of Shields. Will I? No, I don't actually think this helps a lot. I'm not going to take the March of Shields. Yeah, we skipped that. It's fine. I could have taken the Impish Scholar. I don't really want it. Magic Shop, removals versus Trinket Shop. What could I see at the Trinket Shop? Rage Relics would be nice. Emblem of the Exiles would be nice. Light's Gift would be fine. Health is acceptable. What is this Magic Shop to me? -1s? No real holdovers here, I don't think. There's an argument potentially for, like, holdover Ritual of Battle, the big guy. Interesting. Interesting. That is a consideration. I did consider it before as well, but, I mean, the Engraft is worth way, way, way more to me, so that was never really a question. But would I take another one? Possibly. Is 32 health enough? It is. It's not a terribly strong side. I mean, I have a lot of money I could re-roll, find something good. I think this Magic Shop potentially offers more, and the removals in the cave will give some guaranteed value. Sure, I think the Magic Shop. You could argue yourself either way here. If I'm just like, I can think of a dozen ways to go either side. We're going to cut both stewards here, speed up our draw a bit. I'm going to look at the Magic Shop. Holdover on the top is actually nuts. Plus 30 and a 10 in piercing into a glimmer is also excellent. Put it in the right one. We basically created Beneficial Inferno. We're going to get rid of Steelworker to put Horned Warrior down now. And be a little more consistent about this. Lots of shard pickups there, but we're very strong. Now, Holdover Ritual is crazy. But the problem is, this is actually, Cheater's Hand would have been pretty cool here in hindsight, because if I draw this first before I've hit one of the engrafts, we potentially have to redraw it in order to benefit from it. It's a ton of damage. Now, alternatively, Holdover and Snare. Nothing walks by, right? Especially with Split Anvil, nothing walks on you. You can use this to never fight a mini-boss. That's really strong. Let's look at this cave real fast as I think about that. Purge a card, gain a card? Sure, sure. I'm just going to purge a Queen Zimpling at this point. Sure. As far as... Well, I would take Last Stand. I suppose I would take maybe I would take Reinforce. I don't know. Transcend Imp? Not a bad idea. Certainly could take over the run and win. There's a couple good ones. I think I'm going to actually grab the Awoken card. Ah, yes. Quick Tome. Actually, fantastic rolls. Incredible. I was like, there's like 3 I could think of that would be great there. Unleash the Wildwood, Quick Tome, and then Awoken's Rail Spike I would grab, obviously. Those are just 3 offhand. I was like, I think there's more too. So that's a nice pickup. I'm going to hold over the Ensnare. That man that just walked on us would not have walked on us with this, and it's a much more flexible pickup. We'll eventually be relying more on restores than on the rituals, so this, I think, is just nutty. We'll take it. -1 can go into... Honestly, the ritual... I mean, the thing is if I hit ritual, this having a 4-coster is actually beneficial. I'm going to make the alloy cheaper here, I think. Yes, I think so. Man, what a good double stack roll from that Capricious Reflection. Really paying me out here. I'll tell you what. Capricious Reflection gets a bad rap, in my opinion, but I actually think it's fantastic. I'm going to 20 Consumer Restore. Just draw the other ones. They're better. Reroll here. -1 is at least worthwhile. Yes, the better play is Permafrost on the Ritual. I feel much better about this. Now we're guaranteed to get it, even if I draw it first. Huge. Great value, and that was so cheap. Just going to keep 20 Consuming a Restore. This -1 can go into one of the Rituals. It's nice having more 2-costers, I think. They can play off of each other. And now I'm going to actually purchase a Purge on a Queen Zimpling. I want to... Yeah, 160 money is enough. I could maybe buy another one, but... Going to its removal dupe, so I think I will actually purchase another one. The initial draw is the most important part here. I don't need these Queen Zimplings for anything. Great. We'll leave the rest of our cash and move on. Right? Right. Great. Let's go. Yeah, so as I was saying, Capricious Reflection, a lot of people give it a bad rap because... Well, I understand, right? I get it. I'm going to take this Armor Emblem. It's a bit risky, but I'm going to take it. This is Harvesters I'm disrespecting here, but it should be okay. I can play Sentient Middle, I think. It's fine. We'll put Horned Warrior up top. Keep this rolling. I have to take the Ritual. I think it's more important than the Trample Stone here. But Capricious Reflection gets a bad rap. I should have incanted upstairs, I think. It doesn't really matter, but still kind of matters. It's a good play to do it this way because the Capricious Reflection, before I interrupt myself again by playing cards, this gets a bad rap because there's risk involved. But the thing you'll learn is that Capricious Reflection forces you to adapt to different types of runs. Runs that you might not be thinking of. A great example would be like, what if you found a Morsel Master with multi-strike? Yeah, I mean, I might take that, actually. It's basically Horned Warrior that I didn't pay for. Now, that is one fewer upgrade slot, but you don't need that many, right? So you can do some pretty jank, weird runs that are totally functional. And I love Capricious Reflection for that. As long as you're adapted to it, you know how to play around it, very strong. Anyway, behold the power of Split Anvil as I drop this Sharpen here and then play a whole bunch of other stuff. We get the Quick, which is awesome. I go ahead and I hit these double restores, and I can actually ensnare something. Now, I do want to ensnare on... I'm going to ensnare downstairs and separate the Quill Marksman, because I want to avoid overstacking with the upgraded overcharged tank here, right? That is a potential serious risk. Okay, let's start with Double Engraft. I want to see what this floor looks like. We're going to hit that Ritual. Love to see it. The Glimmer swings this in a big way. I can actually ascend this thing in back and then double slam this out. And we get this kill. Fantastic. Now, I wish to also lock down the other Quill Marksman here. And I am going to play out the Queen's Impling behind the Sentient. There's no reason not to. Great. I think we're in a good position. We should clear mid-floor, or top floor here, rather. Yeah, great. We generate our own Ember real fast so that I can play this Ritual of Battle, which suddenly makes this whole floor extremely disgusting. And I think we completely crush from this position. Anything I lock down, I can just basically kill, right? I could basically just kill anything I root at this point. So let's take out the big upgraded marksman. I don't feel like having Sentient eat these hits. Okay. Great. Top floor is clearing out. Let's play the important cards first. We do see Fantastic Glimmer, which is going to just blow up mid-floor for me. Love to see that. Ah, Sharpen is drawn, so there's really no reason not to do it this way. Great. If I ensnare down snares, if I ensnare down snares, that's, man, the brain is a funny thing. I'm gonna ensnare this guy though, downstairs, because it means he's just dead. This also guarantees Sentient is able to do something here, which is great, not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and ensnare the other one here. This gets rid of the whole floor, but I want to engraft first so that I can ritual, which makes a whole bunch of cards free. Really, this is an unbelievable amount of value. And yeah, great. Fantastic news. Cool. Top floor should easily win, and we actually do a respectable amount on mid floor as well. So that's great. Doing so much damage up here, it's awesome. We're drawing a lot of cards too. 9 card draw is pretty solid. We crush, right? I have no fear. Yeah, it gets through. We actually haven't even lost any of our damage shield here. Our redraws are a thing of beauty. Wow. And then I send the boss and lose. We almost killed on that turn. We actually killed with the Awoken Hollow's hit, which is unreal. Very powerful. Double stack Awake. Although, the real pick here is 0 cost Preserved Thorns. I was just talking about Diligent a little bit. This is a respect moment. We're doing well enough. Man, Capricious Reflection. Again, remove Consume Imp in a box. Hold over Branding Right. Permafrost, important work. I'm skipping all of these, but the value we're seeing here is big. Very big. Alright, we're good. We skipped these. I need to refine the deck so it's only doing the things I want it to do. We are going to the right here. Now, take the Horde. Petrified Crucible is nonsense. I have Spike Sentient. And the nice thing about this is Petrified Crucible means I could pivot into Cultivating if they show it to me next floor, right? Because I would still hit for 40. So we definitely take that. 100%. Always. Okay. A -2 is, interesting. It's going to be probably in Umbrastone. Intrinsic is also intrinsic. Intrinsic Hidden Passage doesn't help me. Intrinsic what? Intrinsic Sharpen is weird. You have to be careful here because I'm playing units in these early turns, so I can't just take them willy-nilly. Now, I do need to, remember, do the thing. I must self-infuse the Awoken Hollow and then plan around ascending the Horned Warrior upstairs, which should be doable. We'll take space so I don't have to think about this problem in Divinity or Diligent because it will slow me down a lot. And I think the space is an acceptable take. But for now, Arcus doesn't threaten me, or I guess Fel doesn't threaten me enough to worry about this. So yes, Hellvent, Awoken Hollow, self-infuse. Fantastic. Excellent pickups all around. Is this -2 good enough for me to consider? I mean, I'm really being honest with you. I think we're okay without this, thanks to Split Anvil. You might consider it on Umbrastone. There were a couple turns where I had to pick between, for instance, Ritual versus Umbrastone, because I drew the 2-costers of both. We have a few too many 2-costers. This might be super worth it, actually. We could potentially just put this in the ritual and then have a 0 cost one, which is fine. It's a decent dupe for later. What would I dupe otherwise? Engraft again? Probably the Glimmer, if I'm being honest with you. It's really strong. Engraft again is also, you know what, very strong. Draw 10 cards is pretty decent. If I draw 10 cards and all of them are Engraft, that's a good card to draw. Engraft and Ensnare, these are fantastic cards to have. I don't know if I actually need this for anything. This doesn't actually benefit me, is the crazy thing about this. I don't know. The dupe would be in another Engraft, I'm pretty sure. So, I think I just don't take this. Trainwreck has taught me to respect these upgrades, but also because of Split Anvil, -2s are not significant. They're improvements. Don't get me wrong. There are draw orders I can imagine where it benefits me, but most of the time it won't. Weird. I'm going to go ahead and remove the last Queen's Implings at this point. This will maximize my draws. And I don't care if they show me a Transcendent at this point. I'm never going that route. Yeah, cool. Queen's Implings are gone. No more starting units. Cool. Our deck is real slim. Let's go blow up Fel. Yeah. Our deck is really good, actually. I'm going to see how reliable this feels, because it might be reasonable to ascend the floor together and take second draw here. And that would be an improvement if I could do it. Yeah, because the plan here is you go, okay, if I see Horned Warrior first, we put it behind Sentient on middle. So check it. We just do that. Great. I'm then going to use this opportunity to get some boosts here. Get the Quick Tome. I mean, I'm going to hold on to this Restore. I'm just going to burn it. Never mind. There's no reason to worry about it. And then you get... And you get the Hollow upstairs. You can see the issue here. They're not boost. Then now, because of the way this is set up, we're not boosting yet. The one advantage is that Horned Warrior is pretty flimsy. I haven't actually gone to a steel shop for him. So, with that in mind, I'm going to take maybe like a plus 25 or something on him would be enough. If I see a multi-strike, would I take it? Yes, but also no. I don't think so. We can incamp pretty quickly. That's an interesting question. Curious. I do think... I don't care if Sentient gets hit, so I'm just going to go ahead and do all these buffs upstairs. If it doesn't cause me any problems if Hollow is self-cultivating, right, for the time being. That was a lot of boost that I would have... Yeah, see, like, this bottom deck on Hidden Passage is really rough here. I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think we need to take space. Just feeling this out, this feels like too much wasted cultivate time. Yeah, I could sting middle, but I don't want to incant this guy up too much here. So let's just go ahead and sting upstairs real fast for no real reason. We're drawing a ton of cards, it's fine. I should guarantee see the ascend here. Get him off, get him up this floor. Alright, great, fantastic. Good, now generate Ember so I can hit that big ritual here. And now we have a very powerful turn, right? And I can Glimmer middle to prop up Sentient a bit, which is worth it because it also hits the boss. And at this point, I mean, you could just ensnare a guy and make sure I never fight him again, pretty much. I'm just going to lock a dude down. He's gone. We're sending him to the Shadow Realm, basically. Cool. Now he's basically dead forever. We just keep buffing. We're doing great. We sting, whatever. All good. Drawing a ton of cards. We're very powerful at this point. And we should very convincingly win. We'll generate our Ember here, and then we'll play the rituals. Huge swings on this turn. A ridiculous amount of damage. Wow. Very good. Now, if I ensnare this guy in front one more time, he is actually just going to pass away. We're going to heal middle and just do some damage here. It's all good. I'm going to ensnare in the back. We'll just lock down these two guys permanently, pretty much. We're doing 1 billion damage to Fel. I'm not worried about it at all. Yeah, not a problem in the least. Cool. Awesome. And then this cleans up really well because even on turns like this where I don't see a 3-coster, I can just play out both 2-costers and it's fine. Great job. Let's lock down this one dude and then never have to think about him again. Then we just send Fel back up and she takes a casual 500 damage. Seems honestly great to me. The Trample Stone and the Quick Stone are doing a lot of work. And yeah, I mean, we easily win this combat, right? Easily. Triple rituals like that is something to behold. These enemies don't even really threaten me at all. Cool. I could probably have ascended there and ascended Fel and just not worried about it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm kind of interested in how these numbers actually pan out in the end, because we're definitely gonna win. Doing a lot of damage here. This is basically the test for how important, how impactful, for instance, would be, for instance, I said for instance like twice there, a multi-strike. Killing one. With the ensnares at our disposal, I don't see a need to do anything fancy. Unleash the Wildwood is a really good pickup for Sentient. I can just drop this on her floor, and it helps a bunch. I don't need the alloy and everything. And it's free. Great. Free card. Good card. I'm going to take card draw. It was a bit slow. It was slow, I'll admit, but by the end we were very strong and the ensnare propped it up a fair bit, and the early waves don't threaten me. I think card draw is going to make up for it. We are also, by the way, once we get really going on the ensnares and we actually see these stings, we're drawing 10 already. Maybe I just take the space. I'm just going to take the space. I don't want to have to worry about this. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm going to go look for like a plus 25 here. I think it's the best choice. They're really making me work for it, huh? They give me a multi-strike and a plus 25. What do you even do? I'm gonna click this horde. Lost luggage, fantastic. I mean, if I knew I was gonna have lost luggage, I would have taken the card draw, but fair enough. It's good either way. We're still taking it. Will I pivot on cultivating? No, they gave me bristling, so spikes 80, it looks like. That's great. 80 damage is a ton. Sentient's doing well. Multi-strike is strong. Incant armor 2 is fine. The reason this works, I think, is... Let me articulate this so you understand. 1. Consider the 2 alternatives for my turn 1. I draw a Horned Warrior first, or I draw Awoken Hollow first. Hollow first, no big deal. He's on the floor. Great job. Now, as long as I draw well enough on the Horned Warrior side, on the second turn... which we should, because stings and other things, I should hopefully have enough card draw that I am able to incant him over Divinity's damage threshold, and then it's free. It's also acceptable because cultivating Awoken Hollow is boosting the health. So an incant can do as much work as plus 6 health per incant. Doesn't take much. It's definitely the multi-strike here. The alternative is you draw him turn 1, that's okay, because I have drawn 10 cards on turn 1, so I should hopefully be able to incant him well and above over the health threshold. Either way, the second multi-strike does more work for me, and we can get away with this. Very strong. Cave says, build a card. I think I'm more inclined towards the Rage, but we could do, like, regen heal here, which is fine. I think I'm more inclined towards Rage. I'll go Rage buff. Yeah, Rage buff is hard to argue with here. Rage buff space. Rage buff card draw. Is this card good? Yes, this card is insanely good. What? Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah, tick this. This is... oh my... yeah, of course. Old magic. Alright, get in my deck. Good job. I think we're at a point where I have enough spells I could actually cut restores, but I don't know if that's correct. If I'm going to cut anything, it's probably the Sharpen. It's outlived its welcome. It was good early, and I have better things to do now. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 21, 25. We're so beyond worried about Diligent. I could cut restores. Now, restores, however, are really good. The regen is nice. I do want to proc Awoken Hollow's effect. That's important. I think I'm cutting the Sharpen. It is a lower impact. I'd rather just redraw a ritual at this point. And the Permafrost is not as beneficial when I'm drawing 10 consistently, so yeah, goodbye Sharpen. It helped. Gotta give it some props. It did some work. Did a good job. There's an argument to cutting a ritual, but I like the 3-cost one. That's a really good threshold for my deck right now. The 2-cost one is also fine. What would I cut? Just a restore? Yeah, I mean, just a restore is fine, I think. We'll drop this. Although I will say the old magic is pretty bloody good. I'm going to cut a restore. I was thinking old magic, do I need the ritual? But yeah, restore can go. All right, fine. Cool. I don't have to do anything else. We figured it out. We nailed it. We're fully upgraded. I'm going to save my money, and then we're going to walk on from here, and that's going to be enough. I think Ring 7 stands next to no chance, especially because if it's Diligent, or rather Penitent, I'm not super worried about it because of Sentient. I should be able to handle this Mark of Invasion. There's a few ways this goes wrong, but I have the 10-card draw on turn 1. That's huge. Yeah. Alright, we're good. The play here is simple. Okay. Sentient can just eat this hit on middle. I don't really care that much. It's a bunch of damage, but whatever. She's got enough. I'm going to go ahead and Glimmer upstairs. No. In fact, I'm going to give up the damage shield 3 here so that I... if I'd been smart, I could have played Hollow and ascended it up and saved the Ember Drain, but hopefully that doesn't bite me too hard. I'm going to play the Hollow first, though, so that I can go ahead and take the Wildwood Sap proc here, which does let me then play the Glimmer for free. That hurts the damage shield, of course, but it's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and ascend. Actually, I think it's better if Sentient gets double hit by this Gilded Wings. I think we chill here. Alright, good. Great. Fantastic. She lives. Good work. Go team. Let's go upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and hit that Horn Warrior here. Drop him in. A buff here would be pretty good. I think we can take the incoming damage, so let's go ahead and hit this restore here. I think that works more in my favor. We do not get the Collector. A bit of a bummer. There's a lot of things I can draw here that answer this. Yes, great. Okay. We go ahead and engraft. You're going to see me drop a full heal into Sentient here. I must ensnare the big heavy man here. 100%. I go ahead and hit that old magic. Big buff. And then I hit the Glimmer here. We actually clear in the front. Permafrost on Ritual doing a lot of work. Sentient is alive. We have the ensnare. Things pick up from here. Alright, great. We've done it. He gets me this Ritual. Big swing. I get the trample. Big swing. Great work. And Sentient is doing a lot of work here. I'm actually going to lock down the Light Wings on bottom, just because I don't want to have to deal with that. I might be able to save Sentient, is part of the reasoning for this. Yeah, alright, good. She lives. Great. Good job, Sentient. You are alive. Great. 3-cost Ritual paying off. We just go hyper buff mode, and we're golden, right? I'm just going to get this guy killed, pretty much. I mean, Sentient's doing 160 to these guys, which is crazy. I do want to ensnare the thing behind the boss. I don't feel like dealing with that. Look at the split anvil value. Good grief. And this deck would look so much more different if it weren't for that. But dang, it is good. They both kill themselves. Fantastic. We do 160 damage downstairs, which is solid. I can actually... Oh, it doesn't swing it around. Yeah, we just play it upstairs then. Fine. Draw a million cards. There's no reason to ensnare anymore. actually, so we just let it ride. I could have gotten, what, like an extra 2 incant, but it didn't matter. Redrawing this ritual like this, turns out it's pretty good. Enemy hits me once. That's a lot of damage. Oh, I hit the Awoken Hollow, gets the kill. Cool. Alright, we're golden. The rest of this is easy mode, I think. Pyrogrow, Invigorating Solution. It's not a bad addition. I could see a world where this Invigorating Solution adds some value early on. We'll take it. Anything that speeds me up just the littlest bit is helpful. Look at this. Look what Inflame needs to mimic a fraction of our power. Old magic over here. Rage 4 plus 10 damage. Double stack Inflame for 2 Ember more. Rage 8. Armor 10. Incredible. Oh no, I skipped. I don't want the double stack March of Shields either. What do I want now? I think we're golden to go magic shop side. And just take a dupe. If nothing else, another Engraft is a big win here. But I think I might slam that Glimmer because that's pretty strong. We can just save a bunch of health and chunk heavies at the same time. And I'll take the health. Yeah, this is a train of thought, by the way, in case you've forgotten. I've been keeping track. Railhammer, Resonant Shard. Well, I'm just going to purchase both of those. We have a Steelworker and, you know, Resonant Shard with all this Ritual and Old Magic. These are both pretty fantastic. Ridiculous pickups, in fact. Remove Consume. No. Plus 10. Eh. Sure. What can I -1 here? Anything that I care about? Old Magic, I think, is the only card here that I desperately want to play every time I see it. And there are certain draw orders where this matters, so I'll make it free, sure. Plus 10. I'm going to go ahead and make it Restore Heal a little more. That's fine. Reroll this. Holdover. Holdover Old Magic is, well, pretty strong. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. You gotta understand, I'm drawing fast enough that I kind of don't care. I don't think it's Channel Heart either, just because of the Preserved Thorns. Let's spin that. Thorn Casing, that's funny. Collection of Tales is essentially a single ritual of battle. Basically. Yeah, alright, fine. Might as well take it. I could purchase something else if I take the money in the middle. Thorn Casing. I don't really care. I think the dupe here, I'm going to be real, I'm leaning towards this big Glimmer. I don't know if we need the Engrafts here. Another Ensnare seems unnecessary. I'm already drawing fast enough, or else I might care more about the Engrafts. Otherwise, you see we're going to clutter our draws a little too much. Could be this big Ritual, but I think Big Glimmer is just... This is just such a good floor killer. And we're not afraid of Relentless when I'm doing like 1,000 damage around with Quick and Trample. So I think it's just another Glimmer here. Do I want the money for anything? Thorn Casing? No. No, I don't care. I don't think I care. I'm going to make Umbra Stone cost 1. This is the only card where I'm thinking if I draw it in a bad way that I can't play it, it's a potential problem. That and the Quick Tome. So I think we're going to just keep them both at 1 cost here. You want a 20 consume, another Restore? Sure, actually. Sure. I think that's fine. Alright, great news. What does this buy me? Thorn Casing? I'm definitely not taking Faulty Loader. Sentient needs to get hit by enemies. I don't need any removals here. We're drawing fast. Most things consume anyway, and all the other cards are good. So, fine. I guess I don't see any issue with this. Putting myself over 150 does have value because of blank pages, potentially. So, I think we're golden. Cool. Alright, 155 out of 100, let's rock. Diligence stands more of a chance than Divinity, but still not much. We have the tools, I'm drawing like so many things on turn 1, and I just rolled such ridiculous pickups that we're fine. I'm going to Sentient bottom floor here, because I do think it's important to KO these Purifiers. We're going to go ahead and double upstairs because I drew both my units. Our sacrifice is the invigorating solution. Oh my god, it's incant armor 6. I forgot. I have a rail hammer with an incant armor 2. God, it's free. Engraft is good, which lets me go fast. I'm going to go fast here, and I'm just going to accept this Vengeful Shard. I don't care about that. And then big heal. We take 1. Oh no. My perfect score. Doesn't matter. Alright. It's all about Sentient, basically. How can I keep Sentient afloat? Wildwood Tome. Get that in play. Engraft. Great news. Wildwood Sap. I'm not afraid of. Very cool. Old Magic. Play it. Ensnare is not a big deal. I'm almost guaranteed to hit the Unleash, but I also have a Glimmer and the Alloy if I need it. So I think we're just going to go hard here. I'm going to save the Preserved Thorns for a future turn, I think. Yeah, let's lock this guy on this floor. It seems amusing to me. I'm just going to Glimmer upstairs for the big swing there. And I'm going to hold off on this. I'm already drawing 10 is the thing, and I'm only hitting 9 because of the Permafrost. Alright, we're golden. Reminder that this is when it's going to consume. So play Alloy for the consume. What have I lost already? Nothing I'm worried about? Yeah, nothing I'm worried about. This gets me the Ritual. Fantastic. We are definitely going to heal Sentient. She's important. We blast upstairs because it's good to do it. I will incant for armor. I will continue locking down things downstairs because I might as well. Oh no, Vengeful Shard. Cool, good. The opener here is Umbra Stone. Great. Then we double Engraft. Ritual. I can actually play the Vengeful Shard here, which is fun. I would like to keep Sentient alive. So let's use this as an opportunity to big heal her. I'm actually going to save this restore, I think. Yeah, I'll save that restore. Fine. Remember, we're trying to also deal with Diligent. Bottom floor is like basically just clearing itself at this point. Beautiful. There's that restore I was just talking about. I can hold on to the Preserved Thorns here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, we're going to sack the Preserved Thorns on this one. Great. This super weaponizes everything here. We might lose Sentient, actually. I think we do. Which is a bit of a bummer, actually. Yeah, that is a bit of a bummer. Bad draws, in fact. I could save maybe some health. 10, 10, 16. It's hard to get over that hump. 31. 10, 10, 16 still kills. 1 health each. I think we're out. I think we're out on Sentient, unfortunately. Old Magic is online. I am going to ensnare out some stuff downstairs. I'm going to sting mid-floor. Well, I guess I could take the armor. We have enough. It's fine. Play that out, finally. It's okay. Goodbye, Sentient. A bit bummed about that, but she did most of the work that we needed from her. The sack here is going to be the Hidden Passage. I don't need this for anything. We'll generate Ember. Play out the curses. Play the Ritual. We'll just glimmer this floor. Actually, I'm going to glimmer middle. I'd like to not take those curses anymore. Seems good to me. Keep ensnaring stuff, so I never have to think about it. Not that it really matters, but, you know, fair enough. Sack here is Sting, for sure. We're actually buffing our health in front here, which is pretty cool. We're going to glimmer bottom floor to kill all of the curse guy, and everything else, I suppose. Anything I ensnare down bottom dies. Great work. We should cleanly win this, I think. Cool. Sting upstairs. That's the burn. Stings are doing fantastic here. Curses out. I'm going to also lock down another heavy, so 2 guys downstairs are dying. Noting that I do have 2 stealth to get through, but I'm not terribly worried about it, so it should be okay. Cool. I'm going to then burn the consumer store, and we're golden here. It gets me over the threshold of the ritual here, which I will play, even though, oh no, I take 1 damage. I'm going to go ahead and lock down the rooted on the bottom there. I do think it is high value to glimmer upstairs because the cultivates provide a lot of survivability. But also, I think we're just... yeah, we have so much health, in fact. So much health. They do a decent amount of damage to him regardless, though, if I... being clear, so... like, that's a decent amount of damage coming in. This is going to be even easier for Divinity, though, because Diligent is getting protected, right? Blank Pages. Yeah, I think Blank Pages is pretty much a free pick. I can find another Sentient, or who knows what, something to put behind Sentient. I have a lot of space for this. I could even fit Trample Penumbra, so yeah, Blank Pages. Pure positive here. We should crush now. But again, like I mentioned, Divinity doesn't stand as much of a chance anyway, simply by virtue of being present on all floors at all times. He's going to get hit for a lot of damage. Alright, we're fine. Yep, Sentient goes middle. I had to think about the math here. I was looking at it. We're fine. We have Hollow and Horned Warrior. We can buff over the threshold easily. Very important. I think Ensnare is more important than the other cards here. Yes. This is the turn that's scariest because I didn't see any engrafts. I have expensive cards, and I had to play units that don't benefit from blank pages. So that's a dangerous turn, but we did okay. What are you? Soulguard the Martyr. It's a Dire Channel? Let's go get Dire Channel shot, please. I don't want that. I guess I could have put him upstairs with the hidden passage. Got him on the floor. Sure. You know what? I changed my mind. You can live, brother. I changed my mind. Fine. We get the ritual here. We're just going to blow cards, basically. There's really no reason to do anything else. Mid-floor clears itself. Fantastic. I'm going to lock down a heavy here because I don't feel like looking at it. Sentient just kills the whole wave. Wonderful news. Great. Echo Right. Etch. I don't want to get you shot. Bummer. I could have had Soul Guard on the floor. Ah, shame. It's okay. The play here is easy. We hit this ritual. We get it out. Great job. We're just going to burn cards now. We Umbra Stone in the back. We're going to draw a truly obnoxious amount of cards. I'm actually going to sit on the Preserved Thorns here. Or rather, the Invigorating Solution. Who am I locking down? Let's lock down Dark Buddy. And then I'm going to Sting 3 times in the middle because it just kills the floor. And I think we chill. Oh no, I didn't play Echo Right. It's fine. You'll forgive me. Okay. Rest of this straightforward so far. Quick Tome is good. I'm just going to Sting up top, I think. Sentient must live. Glimmer bottom floor is pretty decent. You want to just not even fight the mini-bosses here? There's really no reason to fight them. And then I just, Glimmer middle, and it's pretty darn good. We actually just kill the guy in front. That's pretty cool. Great. I'm just not fighting half these enemies, and that's okay with me. Sure, Echo Right, go get blasted. It's fine. Buff, buff. Ritual up top, huge ritual, big regeneration plays. Just keep playing all of this stuff out. The lockdown is the Darkwings. Again, I'm basically just balancing Darkwings and Inquisitor here, so that's fine. I will Glimmer middle. It's good to heal Sentient, to be clear. Sure. Fine. We're doing a lot of damage, is the thing. Good. Oh no, there's my guy. He's gone. Ah, bummer. Alright, Soul Guard, get up here, champ. We're fighting the Divinity. I could have done that a lot earlier if I'd thought about it, but it's okay. It's actually better this way because he doesn't steal cultivates. But it is extremely funny to have the brother up here, though, if I'm being clear with you. Here, I'll even protect him. There you go, bud. And we sting out up here. Alright, get him. Get him! Who am I locking down now? Mini-boss. Yeah, lock that guy down. Great. Cool. I mean, we win next turn, but it's pretty cool, right? Okay, Sentient, live. I don't want you dying. Good job. Yeah, let's go. Look at this. Look at this go. We're golden. We're golden up here. Soul Guard is contributing. Look at that. Incant. Let's incant, y'all. He doesn't even get to swing because we're going to win with the Horned Warrior, but Soul Guard's on the floor. Dire Channel. Secretly high excellent value? Maybe? No, absolutely not. Terrible. I was going to throw him away, and then I was like, hey, wait, can I just ascend him up there? And that's funny. And that's why I ended up doing it. Very inefficiently, mind you. Don't worry, I recognize that. But we cleanly handle this. A very good run. Highly defined by Split Anvil. Early Split Anvil with rituals, man, you can do a lot with that. But also, Capricious Reflection. Let's talk. Let's talk about what Capricious Reflection has done to me. Look at all these random -1s and things. We've got 2 double stacks. I have a holdover and graft, which is awesome. I started with this, by the way, so I didn't actually get that from Capricious, but still. Got good upgrades on my units. The Incant Armor 2 ended up being incredible thanks to Railhammer, and then the Damage Shield 3 is perfectly fine here. The Awoken Hollow getting multi-strike helped more early game than any other time, but we had enough survivability it didn't really matter. Normally I would have just put a plus 25 in him anyway, but fine. Lot of cool stuff showing up later. Pretty much every card I drafted got some kind of an upgrade. Random Wildwood Sap is cool. Unleash keeps Sentient alive. Petrified Crucible on Spike Sentient is great. Solid run. We had some fun with blank pages. Really good pickups on Ring 8. Railhammer, Resonant Shard. You know, Collection Tales is fine, but not as impactful as the others. And then Thorn Casing. Honestly, did okay. Guild Marker, always good when you get it early enough. We did. We got it on Ring 4, I think, so pretty solid there. Otherwise, we were in command this whole time. I think the only time we risked anything was really Ring 1, but it was a good payout, right? I think it was worth it. We got Capricious Reflection out of that, and it provided plenty of value along the way. So, double stack Ensnare is, with Holdover, really good, by the way. You can really just disable enemies. I never even looked at that mini-boss on any floor that he could have hit me on, so that's nice. Rooted is really strong for anyone keeping track. It's an extremely powerful debuff, and it's so rare. It's on 2 things in this game, Ensnare and Strangler Windleton, so... Anyway, not terribly much else to add. A ridiculously powerful run overall, feeling good all the way along. It's nice when you start with Rituals of the Battle, isn't it? They're good cards. Big damage, big fan. Remember when this used to be, what was it, like 3 Ember for was it, 6 Rage or something? A real bummer. Now that it's 10, it feels really good. So, cool, good buff. I don't have much else to add. That is a 261 win on this. I said that all wrong. It is the 261st win on the series. Love to see it. Moving on past Soul Guard. Next run gets to be Tethys. Oh boy, Tethys. But all good. You gotta play what you gotta play. And I'll let you go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.